Well, hello and good evening and welcome to my Tuesday Night Lives on Facebook. Tonight we are playing with a new set that has come into my hands this week. I managed to nab it when Stampin' Up had a recent sale on. Talking of sales, there is tomorrow an online extravaganza. So if you look on my Facebook page, you will see all the details of this online extravaganza, easy for me to say, and there is a sale on certain bundles, stamp sets and punches and or dies, and on the neutrals and regals collection. So if you want all that kind of information, just have a look on my Facebook page. Welcome Steph and Ruth, welcome along, good to see you all. So I'm hoping to knock out maybe about 5-ish cards on Facebook tonight, and then I'm going to head over to YouTube because I'm still doing my Christmas countdown. I'm more than halfway there actually. I totted it up today and I think I'm on number 7 or 8, so we're getting there. Christmas is coming. So but for tonight we're going to play with Versaille. So can I ask that if you'd like to share this out, that you share this out. I prefer, well, it's up to you when you share it out, but I'm just saying it's nice if it's at the beginning so that people can catch it. If you haven't heard of Versaille, this is the stamp set here to give you some idea of what it looks like in reverse. I had a quick play with my sister's stamp set in the summer holidays and it is lovely. It's so detailed, and I just had a customer show me loads of pictures that of things that they'd done with the set as well. And like all stamps, as soon as you change the colour, it can completely change the look. Right, I think I might be having a... oh no, it says that one person's watching, but I know that at least 3 of you are here. So I'm just going to carry on in the hope that everything is okay. So if you can just maybe tap some emojis or comment just to reassure me, that would be fantastic. Because I can see people popping on, but okay, I'll carry on. Be professional. Lovely, thank you. Sorry, I should warn you so you don't get sick. The other sneak peek that has come through my post this week is this gorgeous catalogue. And make sure I don't open it because I'm not allowed. Alright, so here is the beautiful new catalogue that will come out to customers next year. You might see things already you like on here. But if you want to join my team and sign up with me and get an amazing signing up a discount and discounts after that, you can get your hands on this catalogue now. So Ellie says she can't see comments either. Janice has said hi there Janice, and hi Sam. So hopefully we're okay. Now, during next year, there's something that happens called Celebration. For every £45 purchase, you get a free item out of this catalogue here. Again, I'll just bring it up in case you want to get a sneak peek of what's possibly inside this beautiful catalogue. Okay, so that's your sneak peek. Brilliant. Okie dokes. Shall we get stamping? Is everybody okay? Have we got issues still, or are we... Let's turn this over a bit. I think we're okay. Seems to be clear now. Ruth says to tell Ellie to swipe the screen and then you might see the comments. And Janet's here. Hi Janet. Great. Okay, let's get started. Although I kind of not told a lie as such, but I did have a really quick play before I came on because I wanted to kind of... I'm limited with time and I want to know what I'm doing. So let's start. And I've not got any cardstock. Bear with, please. I should maybe just keep Whisper White on the table. Hey Josie, lovely to see you. Right, I'm going to start with a one sheet wonder. Actually, I'm just going to quickly cut this down in half. I'm not going to do a full one sheet wonder, I'm going to do a half one sheet wonder. Ellie says she swiped but nothing happened. I'll leave and come back and see if that helps. No probs, Ellie. So sometimes a full, what we call one sheet wonder, getting a great big piece of paper like this can be intimidating and people don't know where to start and where to stamp. So can I encourage you that if you want to do a one sheet wonder, one, go and see my sister's work over on YouTube, and two, maybe cut your sheet in half and work with half a sheet, and then you're not wasting a whole sheet of paper, and then it's a bit less intimidating with half the size. Hi Josie, I'm okay. I'm a bit tired today, to be honest. So I'm hoping that after this I'll get myself sorted into bed. It's yeah, too many late nights and I really need a bit of sleep. But apart from that, I am well, thank you. Right, I have a customer who likes things to be realistic looking. So I'm, with people like her in mind, I've chosen these colours here. Oh, I've got my tea in the kitchen. Excuse me. I might have to grab it at some point. So I'm going with crushed curry, crumb cake and old olive, and thinking of this kind of lovely ornate frame in a kind of goldy colour. I thought I'd stamp with this. I might bring back my... There we go. Let's get you. Jeannie says she heard I heard there is an issue with some iPads and comments on Facebook. Oh, Matt's out at the moment. Thank you though, Ruth. Troy, can you bring my tea in, please? Is my tea there? No, there's some in the teapot. Could you just pour it in my cup mug, please? Thanks. Right, okay, let's get started. Sorry. I like to try and be organised and then there's always something that's not quite ready. Try not to stamp too much on my mat so that it doesn't... Okay, here we go, folks. Right, so I'm starting with the ornate stamp in the crushed curry. Now, actually I'm going to start here because I don't want it to go off my page just yet. And then I'm going slightly down like that and then re-inking. Oh, I've done it. What have I done? I'm trying to copy my design and I've gone a bit skew-iff already. Okay. I'm going to stamp off so I'm back on track. I don't know what I've done there. I think my aim was to keep going up and then down. Ah, welcome Cindy, great to see you. I'm trying to copy my design and I've done something different from what I originally did. So let's just go with the flow. Okay. Oh, missed a little bit there. But there you go. So I've done like a zigzag shape across. Oh, Ellie still can't see the comments. It's really frustrating. Have you tried on a PC or a computer? Okay, we're going to go in with Old Olive next and stamp up this, the leaf design stamp. This is going to have to be different from my original, but you know, things are never the same, are they? When you try and re-stamp things. Thank you, sweetheart. Got my tea delivery, that's good. Right, I think what I'll do is I'll just carry on this design down here. You've got ad-lib sometimes. Yes, these are very vintagey looking. And then with this side I might just, don't want to overdo those leaves. I think I'm going to leave it like that. It's so detailed. Let me draw you in. And even that ornate frame, it's just amazing, the detail. Look at those leaves. Okay, so I'm just keeping this one really simple. This would be good for a beginner stamper, maybe somebody who's a little bit more experienced with stamping. And this is crumb cake. And this is that lovely script design. Now this is where you might want to think about how your paper is going to be cut. So I'm going to cut this in half, but I want these designs, these particular designs here, to be prominent. So at this point, if they're not in the right place, you might want to turn your paper around. So with crumb cake, or you might find Sahara sand, if it isn't too inked up, I find it's a perfect depth of pale brown to be able to stamp with, because you just want it like a background stamp. You don't want it to take over. Good morning, Vicky. There we go. And I think I'm going to leave it like that. Ellie missed what colour it was. This is crushed curry, old olive and crumb cake. Vicky's already over on YouTube to looking for me. I'm there in about 18 minutes, Vicky. So I'm doing this first and heading over to YouTube. If you want to join me, I'll be doing another Christmas countdown. So we simply cut this in half. Thank you so much for sharing, Jeannie. You're very good at that, sharing in the crafty groups, and I really appreciate it. So I tend to cut these down at 3 7/8. I think I forgot to cut this side. 5 5/8. Just cut a little smidge off the bottom so that I can mount it onto a card later. And 3. Oh no, I forgot to turn off the old notifications. Oh dear. Let's see if I can do that without disturbing the broadcast. Fantastic. And this one. I think I was a bit ambitious saying I wanted to make so many cards. What am I doing? 3 7/8. I did stamp it upside. Oh no, I could go for. Oh well, we have to use a different one. So we are. One sheet wonder cut in half. I think sometimes also one sheet wonders might seem a little bit overwhelming, but when you actually cut it, it's not so bad. It's not as overwhelming as you think. So my idea was to go back in with the crumb cake, and I'm hoping. Let's see, make sure this does actually fit, because I'm going to cut it out of this. You know, I'm going to play it safe and just put it this way around, because I haven't got time for it to go wrong tonight. I've got other cards to make, you know. So I'm using this, I think it's called the Everyday Label Punch, and it does lob off a little bit off the sides, but I'm using this to cut these out. In fact, Janet, I've had your card sitting on my shelf that you made using this stamp set, and so that inspires me, sat there. So I thought it'd be really nice just to pop up that ornate frame where it sits on the card. So you can't have upside down script, can you? That would look rather odd. So maybe this one will just have to sit somewhere else. Okay, so you can mount that on a piece of card. Let's just grab this one out to show you. And what I would do is probably pop that up with some dimensionals just to give you an idea. Okay, so that's one set of cards done. Okay, just going to get this cleaned up really quickly because I want to show you something else. Okay, I should have put masculine in the title really, because I think a lot of this particular stamp set is quite good for that kind of style, I think, masculine type cards. I've got some blanks here I can use. Let's grab out some blanks. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of spot of heat embossing, I think. Then I can clear my desk of that. So when I saw this one, hey Lindsay, great to see you. It's always nice to have your company, Lindsay, and everybody else's, of course. But Lindsay goes back in the day, my school days. Ellie says, so do you and Ruth share your stamp sets between you? Occasionally, we have been known to. So this is Versamark ink. It's kind of clear sticky ink, and I'm going to put it fairly in the centre and up a bit. And yeah, I was saying that this frame reminds me of those lovely gold ornate frames, and I forgot to swipe it over with my Special Magic bag, but let's just hope that this works without sticking. Sticking to the wrong places, I mean, that's what I meant. There we go. Oh, does she? Brilliant. If you ever want a catalogue, let me know and I can send you one, and you get to see all the lovely things available. So this is a heat tool, if you've not seen it before, and this heats the powder, and this works like magic. It heats it up and it embosses where you've stamped. Sorry about the noise, it's just part and parcel. So if you heat underneath your cardstock as well, it just helps with the warping. Lindsay, if you send me a message, I'll pop one in the post to you. There you go, can you see that? And then that's set like a nice shiny gold colour. Then we are going to get crumb cake. I think I used or grey granite. I think I used grey granite on the original one. Let's use crumb cake because I got it to hand. And then make sure the script is the right way round because I don't want it upside down. And I'm going to simply stamp. I'm embracing my Janet Hughes. Janet is on here, hopefully still, and she does some beautiful, simple, clean designs. So I'm trying to embrace my inner Janet by trying to go for something a little bit simpler. I'm going to just maybe pull you in a little bit. There we go. And then using that leaf stamp, I thought I didn't clean it for a second, then I would have been in a bit of trouble, wouldn't I? And we're just following that design to the edges of the paper. It is like magic. It is very cool. There we go. One at that end and one on that end. And then when I looked at it, I thought, something's missing. That's the trouble with simple stamping. I go, oh, what's missing? But I just think literally a couple of... This comes in the set as well, this lovely bar design just on either side, and I think helps to complete it a bit. And then I should really label my brushes because every time I go to use it, I'm like, which one was the brown one again? Let's just go for that one. So I'm just using the makeup brush, taking off a little bit of the colour, and then I'm just going to rub around the frame. This just helps to lift it a little bit. It did show up a bit more with the darker colour, but we're going to go with this one. And then just follow that leaf design a little bit, not overdoing the blending, but this just adds a kind of vintagey vibe to it. And then to just add the extra ornateness to it, I'm literally rubbing my Versamark ink again just along those edges like that, being careful to hold the middle of your project so that you don't get the smudges in the wrong places. Just going to run that through my embossing powder. Oh, what's happened there? It's got stuck to places that I didn't want it to. Give it a blow. There we go. Let's move that out the way before it spills. Give another blast of hot air. And just by doing those edges, it makes all the difference. Kind of just draws it in. Makes it look even more fancy. How am I doing for time? About 7 minutes. That's fine. It's amazing what you can do, isn't it? Okay, I think I might need to just touch that one up a little bit more afterwards. Let's just give you an idea. I might do the here's one I made earlier. Again, let's just mount that onto a piece of card that I've got to hand. And it'll give you some idea of how that looks. I just think that's lovely. It's just a touch of gold, not overdoing it, keeping it simple with those colours, with the golds and the crumb cake. I will show you the one I did earlier. There you go. So it's just a little bit more striking with the grey granite. It shows up a bit more. There we go. Okay. Francis says, never thought to emboss my edges. Ah, great. Lovely. Right, let's move on. Let's do another one. So this time I want to do, I'm very into, what's the word I'm looking for? Monochrome. I love like one coloured cards, and also being a flat one layer card, it means it can go through the post. So can somebody choose a dark colour for me, one of the regals? I know this excludes some of you that don't know the colours, but you can even say blue, red, purple, that sort of thing, and I'll choose whatever comes out. Hi there, Dawn. Hi, Maureen. Hi, everybody that's joined. Anyone want to choose a colour for me? I'm going to have a sip of my tea. Funny you should say Merry Merlot, because I did have something similar earlier. I'll go with Merry Merlot. That's great. So let's trying to find it. There we go. So Merry Merlot, as the name implies, lovely kind of wine colour, like a wine colour. Right, what am I doing? I'm going to look at my next prototype. So when I play with stamps, I'm looking for my chamois to get these cleaned. When I play with my stamps, I've got into the habit of oh, sorry, I can see more colours coming in. I try and play on scrap copy paper or scrap paper so that I'm not wasting a load of card. And it's a really great way, just have a play, fold the piece of paper in half so it's the right sort of size that you're working on, and it's just a good way of not wasting card but having a play with your stamps if you want to not waste card basically and have an experiment at the same time. Actually, what I must do is I'm going to bring on this sentiment here, because if you do a sentiment first then things can fit around it. So I'm just going to put that off to the side for a second. I'm going to lay that down because I don't want that full strength colour. So I'll pick that up in a minute, and I'm just going to put in this sentiment that says always thinking of you, which I think is such a lovely sentiment, because there are people on our minds that we always think about, isn't there? Aren't there? Get me proper English. And then I'm going to come in, now that we've stamped the sentiment, we can see how other bits fit around it. Slightly skew, going with it, as always. And then coming in with our lovely leaf. Ellie says she likes anything connected with wine. Right, so I'm going to stand up a little bit for this so I can see where I'm stamping, because I don't want to go over my lettering. And this is in the full strength, like so. And then bringing on my ornate frame, again stamping off. I don't want the full strength colour, and highlighting the word you there, putting my first impression there, and then going in again, and then one more time at the bottom. So you need quite a strong colour for this to show up. And then we're just going to use our thank you, Lindsay, our border stamp, and we're going to go in once, and then let's go in again with a second impression twice. There, I'm done. I am done. So let's see if I've got any Merry Merlot card to hand. There you go, just something simples, one colour, one stamp set. Boom. There, told you I was embracing my Janet, didn't I? Janet, you still there? I hope you're appreciating this. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, and I've got about 3-4 minutes. I want to show you that one, I want to show you that one. I've got 2 cards to show you. This time I'm going to go... Do I go black or do I go colour? What was the other colour you said? No worries, Deborah. Thank you for watching along. It's Merry Mellow and Emerald Green. Garden Green or Pretty Peacock? I might go Pretty Peacock because I want to. So let's just bring back another piece of... Now this one here is to show you, you don't have to use all your stamps in the set. You can just use one. Dawn says shaded spruce. I will comply. So I'm just using this border type stamp here. I could do with it being on a bigger block. Ideally you do want to see the surround of the stamp because it's just easier for stamping. And I was getting stamping with it and just creating some crisscross patterns and shapes with it. So each time you do a pattern you want to make sure that something or other crisscrosses with it. And you just do it quite randomly all over your... Hey, I was going so well. Sorry, but I'm not having that. What's that about pride? So take your time. You'll have more time than I do probably to do this, rather than I'm on a bit of a time limit. So space them out a bit. That's the colour, says Darlene. I used that stamp to crisscross the other day. Not all over like that though. So then I tried to be a little bit more controlling with it. Just, oh look, it's always this end bit. I've got to just be a little bit more. Let me just concentrate a minute, I'll stop talking. So then stand back and see if there's any gaps, and then you can just fill the edges in. Like this little gap here. Maybe add a bit more in here. Like I said, try and make sure everything has a crisscross just to help with the pattern. And maybe add on in there. So there you go, you've got a really cool crisscross pattern. So I tried to then do it in a much more kind of controlled way, and that wasn't really working. I was thinking about parquet flooring. You know, that kind of nice flooring. But there you go. So again, I'm thinking, like, if you get something like the label punch, just going to grab this one. And, you know, pop that on top. You can ink around the edges, give it some edging. That's a bit purple. That's a bit yellow. Let's go for this. Let's do it. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only wonky one around here. Gone winky wonky. Right, I really want to show you this last one, but it's 9 o'clock and I need to get over to YouTube. But I will show you, because I have actually prepped it before I came on. YouTube will have to wait. And hopefully might mean that if you want to join me, you can. Okay, so there's another card I did, just using one stamp. I think that looks really cool and masculine and kind of geometric. So again, whatever colour you choose, it will completely change the look. Okay, here's one I prepared earlier. Now, if you want to know how I did this, I used these makeup brushes to create this background with pumpkin pie, rich raspberry, blackberry bliss and crushed curry. So those are the colours I used for this blending. Then I was inspired by one of my Australian demo friends called Ellen Woodbridge, who had just been to the Stampin' Up event, and she got a card swap from somebody, and I don't know who it was because she didn't, I don't think she mentioned it, who it was from. And she did very similar colours, and she did this really cool effect. So I'm going to try and recreate it sort of with this stamp set. Okay, so I'm going in with Magenta Black ink. So it looked kind of really kind of mixed media, and I don't know, it was just really nice. And I was inspired by the fact that she used black, and then it looked like she used the masks to do like white on it as well. So I'm not quite sure of my design here. I'm just gonna stamp freely and see where we go. Yeah, it is a nice colour combination. I was going to choose something else, but actually these colours work quite well. I am going to go back in with 3. I know 3 is the number to have, and I was going to just see if it was going to be fine without it, but it's obviously not. Not fine. So going in with the script stamp, make sure I didn't overdo the script. I do like this stamp, but I'm just going to do it in a few spots like this. And now bringing on my masks, choose the one that I want. Let's go for this one. This one's quite ornate, isn't it? And then going in with the white. I saved the best to last, that's the trouble. Hi Faye, great to see you. So I'm inking this up with my white ink, and then, oh, that is strong. Okay, never mind, we'll just keep brushing. See what happens. So I don't want to completely cover it, but I'm just going to put it in. Oops, I slipped. That's what happens when you rush. Let's put this, lay this down in a few places. Okay, let's just have a sneak peeky. Okay, cool. I'm going to dab it in with some more white. Make that really show up. Okay, so if you're not following me already over on YouTube, I'm going to head over there straight after this for a Christmas countdown. Just got home and tuning in, yelled through the door, I'm not here, I'm on Facebook. Betty. Oh dear. Jeannie says beautiful sunset colours. Here we go, this is the bit. Oh, how cool is that? So it's obviously picked up on those. Do excuse my husband crashing around the kitchen. There. So we've done, did we manage to fit in 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, technically 6 because we did a one sheet wonder. There you go. 6 cards. Okie dokie. Let's just flash my details at you really quickly because I'm supposed to be over on YouTube. Same name, Stampin' Star Creations. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to catch this on replay, you can, and I'll be putting it on YouTube. I'm trying to turn the camera. So if you want to catch the replay, it will be available very soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry it's been a little bit of a rush this evening, but we have managed 6 cards in one night, which is quite incredible really. So I'm going to be doing a Christmas decoration over on YouTube with our sprig punch. So if you want to join me over there in literally 2 minutes, I'm going to clear down the table and hopefully see you over there. Take care everybody, thank you so much again, and hopefully I'll catch you next Tuesday. Lots of love, bye.